Okay, it's the night after the amazing Milan comeback at Anfield. Still good. I've been grinding all day. I wanted to go to work in my kit just to let people know, this is my team. But I can't. I work in a school. Anyway, evening everyone. This is Cop Talk. We have a match Saturday versus Crystal Palace, so we thought we'd just make this show about that game. It's going to be at Anfield. So they started off bad, didn't they, Crystal Palace? The international break came, and then they played Spurs, and everyone was like, okay, I see what Patrick's doing now. Patrick's getting his, he's managed to implement himself now within the team. I think that was what it needed, a couple of games so he could say, all right, don't do that, do this. And that's how it's going to be. Bobby's still injured. Yeah. Origi came off holding his leg last night. I don't think he'll play. I don't think he would have anyway, but I can't see him playing.
It was cramped.
Yeah. Yeah. But I just can't see him putting him out again after so yeah. Let's go for it. I think Mane's going to start. Let's go with Stoney. I think Mane will start with Jota in the middle again. What's your thinking?
Yeah, definitely. I think the team that we put out yesterday, I think whether there's going to be wholesale changes going into the Crystal Palace game, I think it's there to see. Still think Alisson will be in goal. Trent and Bobby. I think Matip is still going to feature on Saturday, and the only reason why I'm saying that, he seems to be playing in a nice little rhythm at the moment. So he doesn't look fatigued. He doesn't look tired. I know looks can be deceiving, but I think he's got a nice rhythm about him. So I think he's going to remain there. Yeah. I think Van Dijk's going to return. It's just going to be interesting to see what we do up front. I think it's going to be Mane and Jota, and I think it's going to be Fabinho, Keita, and Henderson in the middle of the park. Okay. That's what I think. There's some subs that I'm going to speak about that later on, though. There's some subs that I'd like to feature, but I'll speak about that later.
Okay. Because I was kind of thinking we're going to go with a Thiago. And I was thinking, like, obviously in the middle of the pitch, they've got Gallagher, haven't they?
Yeah.
So we were just talking about that before. Potsy, Gallagher, he's going to be a little bit of a threat in that middle. So who do you think we're going to need to kind of counterbalance him out? Or will it just be the whole team?
It would just be the whole team as usual. Klopp's not really a man-for-man sort of guy. You're hunting packs. So, it'd be... So, yeah, you will know of the threat. Gallagher's had a good start to the season under Vieira. And, I quite like the way they play. I know they've had a slow start to the season, but you can see what Vieira's building. Saw them absolutely demolish Spurs. Right? Considering the run they've been on, that wasn't any small feat, even if it is Spurs. It's still very impressive from them. So, definitely... it's not going to be anything like a Hodgson Palace coming to Anfield, and we've got to be ready for it. But, I think, I still expect us to walk away with the 3 points.
Nick?
I agree.
Who do you think we're going to be looking out for? Who do you think is going to cause the trouble? I mean, Spurs got frustrated. Tanguy got frustrated, didn't he, with Zaha and lashing out, and that was kind of their downfall. Whereas I think we've got more of our players that would cause others to get frustrated. I think it would more be the other way around for us.
Our front three.
Who do you think could cause us pressure out of that team?
Benteke for one.
Do you think he'll start?
Again, I don't know. I don't know. I really can't see what Vieira would do.
Because Edouard...
It's be easy.
Edouard came on. Came on. He came on off this fixture, and as he said, history is there for stats.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nicholas.
No, go on, Stoney. Go on.
Oh, sorry, I do apologise. Yeah, this fixture is going to be quite interesting, actually, in a sense of saying. I think the last time Palace beat us was in 2017. I know records are there to be beaten. All right. I think with Vieira coming in, they've changed their style of play now, so they're playing more of a 4-3-3. I know, James, you mentioned at the beginning of the show about Palace's performances. I think their first game they lost, was it 3-0 against Chelsea, then they drew against Brentford. Watford beat them 1-0 in the Carabao Cup, and then they drew with West Ham 2-2, and then they beat Spurs 3-0. I think they're actually playing a really nice 4-3-3 at the moment. So in terms of I don't know whether I'm going to call it danger, man. I know we can comment about it later on, but if you're looking at their strength, they've got what's that Danish centre back, Anderson. That was Anderson. He was on loan at Fulham last season, so I know he belongs to Lyon, so I don't know whether Palace have bought him or whether he's still on loan. But that Danish centre back, he's solid. He's going to be a star player for Crystal Palace. I think he started off really good. They've also got the young centre back Mark. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce his surname, all right? But he's the young centre back that's on loan from Chelsea. He's tidy as well. He's been solid. We're forgetting about Tyreek Mitchell as well, their academy player who was playing at left back. And obviously, you've both mentioned Conor Gallagher on loan from Chelsea as well. Nice central midfielder, flair player. 3 games, 2 goals, 2 assists. Not afraid to shoot. He loves to put in a nice little tackle. A lot of players actually going through him, so he'll be a player to look out for as well. We're forgetting about how well Kanute's settling as well. Kanute was he at West Ham before? They brought him in from West Ham. So he's been Koyate.
He's been there for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's nice playing in midfield for them, and as you said, obviously they got Edouard, Zaha as well, and young Elise. Midfielder as well that I had from Reading for a few years back. So they got threats. As he said, the last time they beat us was in 2017, but they've got threats. And the way that Patrick Vieira's got them playing, they are set up very, very,
I think that's
very
the most
well.
dangerous thing about them is the vision that Patrick's put into them, and you can see from their results as you went through them. Then each game they've improved and improved and improved. So they're clearly learning. He's doing well at vocalizing what he wants from that team, and each game they've obviously been improving. So you said your midfield, Stoney Potsy. What do you think? Because we all know pretty much what we think is going to be at the back and the front. It's always the midfield that can cause questions.
I'll be surprised if it's not Thiago, Hendo, and Fab.
I would agree.
For me, definitely can't start Keita after his performance yesterday. I think he's like in. You just can't. He's poor. I think he likes the Ox in a more attacking role now. I don't think he likes him in the middle.
Isn't Bobby's role?
Curtis Jones could potentially get a shout in. I do like Curtis Jones, and I think I've said the only potential positive, I don't want to call it a positive because we never wanted it to happen anyway, but the only potential positive of Harvey Elliott being out is the fact that Jones might get more game time again, and I do really like him. I'll be surprised if he doesn't go with the experience 3 in the midfield to, sort of help dominate. We're talking about, people like Gallagher, Eberechi Easy. I don't know if he's injured or not, but
these teams.
These are very good players, but they're very young players as well. So we've got an experienced midfield. They'll be able to absolutely control it against them, and that's what we're going to need to, stop the supply line to the likes of Zaha, who causes the problems for everyone.
Yeah. So basically,
it's what he's known for.
So basically, you're saying it's a case of experience versus youth, and
in a sense,
I'm happy with that. It just depends. I would like to see the team sheet Saturday. That way, I'll then be able to get a better sense of what to expect?
We all would, Nick.
Again, I know. I want to know now.
Come on now, this is like a pre-match. We're guessing.
I want my time machine. I want my time machine. But yes, it's going to be very, very interesting.
I'm like you. I hate trying to predict lineups. It just frustrates me because you just don't know what's in Klopp's head. I think we can pretty much predict. Virgil didn't play yesterday, so I think he will play. I cannot see him playing Gomez or Konate versus Crystal Palace Premier League. I think he knows he can't risk these little games in the Premier League where you can slip up and drop points. You know, we dropped points against Chelsea. Obviously, that situation was frustrating at the time, but it's Chelsea. You know, you cannot then drop points versus Crystal Palace. Let's not underestimate them. I'm just going to do some comments quickly, guys. So we've got Paresh, our Cop Talk panelist. Evening, Paresh. It was his birthday yesterday. Great days. Happy birthday.
Mate.
Happy birthday. Mr. B. Good evening, FTB Famalam. Literally for some. This is Manu Agenda panelist, Mr. B. Check him out. He's great. Great to see you all too.
Me too.
Reese. Love you so much. Our most loyal supporter. Always here for us. He's always checking. Amundi, he's another loyal fan. Thanks for tuning in.
Amundi, how you doing, mate?
Yes. So Reese is saying an easy 4-1. I think this is a thing with our team. I mean, we'll get onto it more in a minute, but I feel like once we score 1 or 2, it can just go like that, you know. I want another clean sheet.
Yep, so do I.
I think with Virgil and Matip, I think they will struggle to score versus us. Alisson's in fine form as well at the moment.
Yeah.
And when Nick looks more like Stoney's brother than his brother used to be.
Oh, yeah.
He's got the 2 headphones on the
Is that him making trouble?
The red tops at the top.
It's all good.
I keep them in line, Amundi. We have a strict
that's
dress
crazy.
Mr. B's laughing. We've got Solo from Man United Agenda. Evening, Solo.
Evening,
Thank you for
Solo.
tuning in. Amundi, I like Palace. They have a lot of talent. Edouard has such a great debut, and Zaha driving Trent will be interesting. Yeah.
We've played against Zaha plenty of times with Trent.
Yeah,
fine.
it's true. Yeah. It's so true. Yeah, 100%. And I think even in saying it as well, Zaha will be a threat. But as I said, the last 3 games we've played against Palace, 2-0, we've won 7-0, 4-0, and I'm confident that Zaha is featured in those games as well. So that's fine.
Well, look what happened to Kessie last night. Do you know what I mean? Just left there spinning like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, and as you said, you know, it's something as well. As much as Zaha, there's a possibility that he does have the potential to be a threat. Even though this player got sent off, Tanganga, he was lifting up Zaha like he was made of bread when he played against Palace. So you can clearly see that Zaha is good, but if you ruffle him, then his head would go. And as you said, you guys have mentioned it previously, we have very, very, very smart, experienced, professional players, and they'll know how to get into Zaha's head. So I'm confident that we'll keep a clean sheet on Saturday.
We're the king of mind games, you know. We don't fall for that. We don't get sucked into that that kind of thing. So Mr. B, Anderson signed 5-year deal.
Perfect, excellent. So it'll take him through until he's 30. Yeah, really good defender he is.
He is.
Good. Yeah.
They've obviously, you know, feel good with Patrick man in the thing. Reese again. I don't think Crystal Palace are that good, to be honest. Yes, they have a good team, but I reckon anyone could beat Spurs. They got Harry Kane up front when he doesn't want to play for Spurs. Well, I did see his stats. So Kane didn't get a single touch inside the box.
That's true.
Wow.
Yeah.
Palace.
Not
one touch.
Probably thought he was still playing for Southgate.
Plus, you know, they went down to 10 men.
Yeah,
maybe that scoreline did flatter Spurs Palace a little bit more as well. I just think, they got into their heads a bit, didn't they? Mr. B, Cater, is he your Fred?
No, he's not.
It's not that bad.
No,
bad.
He's not been given license to roam like he was given when he was playing for Leipzig. It's that simple.
He should adapt to the role that Klopp wants him to play. He should adapt to the role that Klopp wants him to play.
Exactly.
But he's definitely not as bad as Fred.
No,
definitely not as bad as Fred. We don't have a player who goes anywhere near Fred's levels.
Yeah. Fred will just say, "Oh, is that a free kick? I'll have that one." He don't care who says he can or can't. He'll just say, "Oh, I'll have that one." He seems to just do what he wants with no repercussions, you know. Stoney, earlier when we were talking about Keita, I seen you laughing. Do you want to add something? What's your thoughts on Keita?
No, I think it's one of those things as well. I think it's lovely that we'll always have people providing comments on our show, but yeah, I definitely wouldn't put Keita in the same bracket as Fred. That's quite disheartening. As he said,
that is disrespect. That is disrespect.
It is. I think it's one of those things.
When did we last have a Fred? Was that like?
I don't even know. I think the things similarly with Keita as well. I want him to string quite a few games together so we can probably judge him a little bit more clearer. We're all aware of his injury problems as well. If he doesn't feature on Saturday, it may well be that he features against Norwich in the Carabao Cup on Tuesday and he has a worldie. So we'll see. But I think we'll monitor him. He's still part of our squad, and I'm confident that he'll be able to provide some positives when he does play for us.
Yeah, but he's not that bad. I did say, yesterday I felt like he just got swallowed up in amongst all of that pressure and stuff.
The fast game. It was a very fast game yesterday.
He needs to be up for it. He needs to be up, like a Champions League game at Anfield against AC Milan, and you don't turn up.
Yeah, I agree with you.
The midfield options that we've got, he's got to be competing. He's trying to keep himself fit. He wants to be on the pitch. Well, show us when you're on the pitch.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'd say take that number 8 off him right now. That's the first thing.
I think the thing with Keita, even as much as that game was played at a fast pace still, right? He hasn't just joined our club, all right? So he's been at our club for quite a few seasons now, and even if he's not actually getting that game time, I'm confident that the same intensity we play on a match day is the same intensity we play in training. So it shouldn't be anything new to him. He should he should already be up to pace with that. That's the only thing about Keita that if I've got, like a little minus in him. But he does this season with our other injuries in midfield. He should be out there imposing himself. And I'm confident he has that, but we need to see that regularly.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you said, he should be used to that kind of play.
Yeah,
100%. The
we
can't
keep making excuses for him. We can't keep making excuses.
I know there comes a time when,
I'm just trying to think of why it just didn't.
You could do it for Ox because Ox is being asked to play in 3-4 different positions. Keita's being asked to just play in the middle. Maybe a different role to what he wants to play, but like I said yesterday, when Wijnaldum came here, he was an attacking player at Newcastle. He was put back in his position, and from all the reports in PSG, it's not going great over there. It turns out, he was world class in that position because he had a world class manager showing him how to do it. But
and a world class team around him.
Exactly. But Keita, I'm exactly with Stoney there. He's had a few seasons now. We can't keep saying, it's down to the injuries, or we want to support every player, but sometimes you got to say it's not good.
He's not shown that he's earned to start a game. Unless, like you said, it's a League Cup, FA Cup game that is not huge. I totally agree. I think Thiago, like we were saying, Potsy versus Leeds. Even Thiago when he came on last night, what was it you said, Nick? What did he have in his pocket? A violin?
The world's smallest.
just running the show. I mean, he has got competition. Even with Elliot out, he still has competition, and I think Curtis will give him a run for his money. I think Ox will give him a run for his money. The only time I've really seen him play really well is, like I said, when he links with Mane. In that kind of role, but you have to be adaptable.
But then we need Mane on form for that to work as well.
I know, right?
Which we don't have.
What's wrong with them two? Them two need to
just sort
it out. Reece, Mr. B, Keita is better than Fred.
Mane is his own show. His own show. Mane.
We did go. Who did I do the show with? I think me and James. We did go in. We did delve into the Mane situation quite deep the other day. We might have to do it again. I'm going to wait a few more games.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Wait till the international break. I think
that's fair enough. Yeah.
Dissect.
Do like a first quarter player review.
Yeah,
I was going to say a half season review.
Well, I'd say.
Oh yeah, definitely got to do one.
Yeah.
So there's a Christmas break now, wasn't there? Like, there's actually a Christmas break in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got Man City the 3rd of October, and then it's the international break. So I think by then we would have seen enough from Keita and Mane to be able to have an opinion on what we think going forward. Also with what's going on there? Sorry. My sons are in the garden. They just scared the absolute crap out of me. Shut the door. You just scared me. I thought it was a burglar. Shut the door. Single woman, you know. I'm the house on my own. Right, no, seriously, shut the door now. Sorry about that. I need to get a pepper spray.
To spray the kids. Wow, okay.
I'm thinking who's coming gosh, yeah. So I think 3rd of October is Man City. That would be a big game. We would have played Porto as well on the 28th of September, I think. So that'd be 2 big games. I think we would have seen enough from Mane, Keita, Curtis. We'd have seen enough from these people coming in where we can have a solid opinion. I think right now we can't really say too much. What's this, Mr. B? I have to agree with you, sadly, Reese. Yeah, he was trying it, Reese. Mr. B likes to try it, but they can't really banter with us this week. Talk MU,
how you doing?
Yeah, we're all buzzing, mate. We're all buzzing. Hate to rub it in on you, but we're doing great right now. Reese, Konate and VVD I want against Palace, but not that bothered. Matip has been great. It would be interesting because he played Matip and Gomez. I cannot see it. No. I can see in the Norwich game him playing Konate.
I think Konate will make his debut in the League Cup.
Yeah, that's what I believe. That's what I believe as well. There'll be some changes to the squad because it's a quick turnover. That game's on Tuesday. Yeah. So I think
I'm with Reese on that though. I do want to see Konate soon. Definitely want to see what we paid for, how he's getting on. Like I said, Klopp, remember Klopp took a few games to put his trust in Fabinho.
Exactly.
And look at where he is now. So trust the process.
It's funny, isn't it? Because some he just puts in like Jota, just slid him in straight away. Like, go on, get on with it. I know what you can do. I guess others he has to teach them a bit more so they understand what they want from that role. But I think maybe because he played Matip and Gomez yesterday, so on the weekend he might play Virgil and Matip. Yeah. And then maybe Norwich he'll play Gomez and Konate.
Yeah. I think that'll be the way.
Yeah.
And then that could be our second pairing, we'll have 2 pairings that can get used to playing together. But either way, I'm just like I want to see him now because the guy, he's deceptively quick, isn't he?
Yeah.
You don't think he's going to be quick, and he likes to drive forwards. He's similar to Matip a little bit in a way. He gets compared to Virgil, but he's quite similar to Matip with how he likes to drive forward.
Yeah.
Patience. Even Adrian.
Actually, I'm impatient. I want this boy to.
I know.
Please.
game week 5. It's game week 5, you know, and he was never going to play him against Chelsea. Like, you know, it was all about Virgil's comeback.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Exactly.
Plenty. They'll be coming thick and fast very soon. Evening, Adrian. Everyone's looking mighty radiant. Oil of Olay.
Nah, that got cast on me when I was a child.
It's sweat, Adrian. It's sweat.
No, plenty of water.
Out the place,
Plenty water. Plenty water.
Breathe 9-0. Oh, geez, nah.
Well, we need Robbie Fowler again for that.
If that happens, wow.
Yeah, we need Robbie Fowler back.
Yeah. It's one of those things, though, isn't it? You know, once you reach a certain number of goals, then the other team just think, oh, forget this. They just start spinning. And
that's what Palace did at the 7-0, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They just gave up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll get a good couple of early goals, you never know.
True. But yeah, anything's possible. As long as you get a 3 points and a clean sheet, then I'm fine. If it's 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, whatever, as long as you get a clean sheet and a victory, then I'm happy with that.
I want a clean sheet, and I always do though. I always keep an eye on that goal difference, and I think this season more than any, recently, I am watching that goal difference. You know, and I think this season clean sheets are going to could be really important. Could be. But after certain seasons, and obviously, you know, Man United will know about this more than most. Goal difference matters. You know, goal difference matters. I think us having a nice defense, we alluded to when we had Coutinho and we had a crap defense. Suarez was scoring all these goals and they're just going in at the back. I like to watch the defense. Just gonna fly through some of these comments real quick because there's quite a few. Trent will snap Zaha like a pencil, don't worry. I love your analogy, Reese. Liverpool should have retired the number 8 shirt.
Could have saved it for his kid at least.
Yeah.
I know. Henderson reignited the essence of it yesterday, but
yeah, I should have just gave it to Hendo really, but he's made a number 14 iconic, hasn't he?
I think for real though, should have just left that, and that was that number left alone. It would have been nice. But you know, we have to move on. We have to move on in life. Yes, we can't. We can't be like Arsenal and Man U and just. we have present stuff to be happy about now. Adrian again. Welcome, Adrian. So I didn't welcome you. Ginny, grass ain't always greener. Absolutely. And I think lots of players have learned that with us. Torres, Coutinho. There's many players that are flying in a team because they think that they're, you know, certain level, and they go somewhere else and they think, oh, actually it wasn't just me on my own, or they just had a better setup. Anthony Herbert, good evening. This is Arsenal fan. This will be a good game, but look at Palace last game beating Tottenham 3-0. But we did just say scoreline's quite flattering to them because Spurs had a red card.
I'll be honest though, Palace dominated that game. I watched it. Palace dominated that game. They were well worth the victory. Yeah, of course, Tottenham going down to 10 men definitely helped the scoreline, but you can't take anything away from them. They absolutely bossed that game against the then top of the table. And yes, it's still Spurs, but it's still for a team like Palace to dominate a game like that against a Conference League team of all teams. It's a big win.
And as you said prior to that as well, we were speaking about them drawing the 2-2 with 2-2 with West Ham, and West Ham have started off really good. So we're not saying it's not going to be a gimme. You know, it's not going to be an easy 3 points. We're not saying that, but we are just confident we're getting a victory.
Yeah, I think Klopp respects these teams enough to know.
No, definitely.
Don't take nothing for granted ever.
I honestly think that this game on Saturday could descend into a kicking contest. I don't know how it's got. I don't want it to play out that way.
If it does, then we need Millie on the pitch because he was brilliant when he came on yesterday. The shithousery of being Millie yesterday was brilliant. That's what we need. If we're in that situation, that's what we need.
I mean, people talk about signings and depth, even that, we're like, oh, who should we have in midfield? What pairing should we have at the back? We still got options out there.
Yeah.
Anthony, big up Gemma, my fellow Bristolian. Are you a Bristolian? Yes. Guess who else is? My mate. Bristol, yes, big up Bristol, Anthony. Mr. B, pepper spray. Listen, they just scared the crap out. They're looking in the window at me now. I feel like I'm at a zoo. When you look through the glass. And I ain't the animals. Right. David Moyes, first team coach, Mr. B. Yeah, so Alex Ferguson's first choice manager won in Europe this evening. And Ollie, PE teacher, substar, didn't. I felt out. Big up, Mr. B. What's this comment? Evening, Edward Brown. Welcome to the show. Like to see a new face. Hey guys, I'm a huge Liverpool fan.
No
Sorry, I am Scottish. I like Celtic, so I do think Edward will put 2 past us. I am going Liverpool.
Evening, Edward. I've seen a few of my TikToks.
Cool. That's a good shout there, Edward, because I think Edward, and regardless of what team he's playing, we still have a lot of respect for the Scottish League and obviously for Celtic as well. He was basically, his record was up there, was probably 1 in every 2 games up there, and I think he played probably about 180 games. Edward, you can come on and correct me if I'm incorrect here, right? Because I know he was on loan at Celtic before they bought him. I think so. I think he probably scored 88 goals in 180 games or something like that. So I'm sure Palace have got a really good forward there, young forward who's obviously shown. Pardon me?
I was just saying, not to be slept on.
Yeah, not at all. So I'm confident that he's going to make a good account for himself for Crystal Palace and in the Premier League. I just don't want him getting any minute a goal against us. He can score as much goals as he can afterwards, but we'll keep him quiet on Saturday. And then I
think you can look at how good these players are, but like Reece saying then, I want a fab banger tomorrow. You just forget, Alisson, Virgil, Matip, Fabinho. These players can be top class players, but are they gonna get in that little diamond? I don't know. We talk about Trent, but it's still that little diamond in that middle bit, isn't it? That's the core. That's what they got to break through ultimately. Trent's just doing his thing. Hey Reese, how are you? I love when the fans have a little loving in the comments. Yes, then we got him on a permanent deal.
All right, perfect. I was right. Yeah, thanks for that, Edward. I thought so. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. All right, so we're going to wrap it up now, guys. It's getting late and I need to sort out my garden issues. I ain't got pepper spray, but I might find something else to pepper them with. Okay, so I hate doing score predictions. It stresses me out. I feel like I'm jinxing stuff. But I just want to say I think we will go Henderson, Thiago, mine's gone blank now. Fabinho. I always just feel like Fabinho is just a given. He's always just there, isn't he? That's our core back, our core front. I would like to see Ox get a sub on for the number 9 role. I really would. I think, Stoney, you wanted to just go on to subs really quickly, didn't you, actually?
Yeah, but it's just going on to really what you were saying about score predictions as well. So I think it's going to be 3-0 to Liverpool. And I think that Klopp is going to have Cade Gordon on the bench for us, and he's going to score the 3rd goal.
Really?
Just remember I said that everybody screenshot it. Everybody that's tuned into the show, we're going to win 3-0. Cade Gordon is going to be on the bench, and he's going to score the 3rd goal.
Okay.
Do you know what? If Cade Gordon comes on and scores, I will be running around the block. I will be going crazy.
This is my belief.
I love this kid. If he doesn't, Norwich, I would love to see him playing in Norwich. Any game. I just want the whole world to see this kid and how amazing he is.
The only reason I mentioned Yeah, the only
He's
reason
got
I
that
mentioned
Mane
about
vibe.
about another offensive player, obviously we know that Bobby's out, and I know that it may well just been a slight knock with Origi coming off. There may be nothing untowards,
Yeah.
but with a slight knock. So I could see us possibly fielding another offensive player, and Cade Gordon is an offensive player. That's the reason why I'm saying I reckon that he's going to be on the bench for us against Crystal Palace. But yeah, 3-0. Cade Gordon scoring the third goal for us.
16, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 16.
Yeah, that would be crazy, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, Edward, the Henderson goal just had me meltdown. That was meltdown mode, wasn't it? That was scream mode. Anyone else want to add anything?
All I'm going to say, I don't, like, similar to you, James, I don't do the score predictions myself.
No.
But Vieira's most famous moment at Anfield is scoring Arsenal's goal in the game that Neil Mellor scored that volley.
Oh,
Let's just keep it that way. Let's just keep it that way. And that's still got to be his most famous moment at Anfield, being part of Mellor's goal. And we've got to come away with the 3 points. Another clean sheet would be great. And just keep the pressure on, especially with the big games. We've got Man City, like you say, early October. We've got Man United 24th of October, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's a big month coming up as well.
As well, you know, we need to keep. If we win that game versus Porto, there's less pressure in that group, especially because the other two have drawn a game. The group looks nice, doesn't it, right now? I'm like, we need to take advantage of this this situation.
True.
Edward's saying he thinks it's going to be Salah 3 goals. I mean, good shout. He's due a he always finds someone to batter, doesn't he? At some point, he gets that moment.
Sorry, Edward. His name is Cade.
Cade. K-A-I-D-E.
Reese has got it.
Yeah, Cade.
Yeah, that's
Gordon.
correct. That's correct. Yeah, that's correct.
I think it's K-A-I-D-E.
He's just a talented youngster, Edward.
Yeah.
16 years old. We got him from Derby. Looked good in pre-season.
Yeah.
See what he can do when he gets his chance. I think it will probably come in the League Cup, but I would love it if Stoney's prediction came true.
It would be a dream. Yeah, Edward, look him up. Cade Gordon. He is like the only player he reminds me of the most is Sadio. That's what he feels like to me. He's just constantly pressure, and he's a runner. He loves to come in down the wing, doesn't he?
Sadio from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So good shout for that. He's going to look him up now.
Our keeper and backline are going to basically speak for themselves. Middle of the park. I will go with Fabinho, Thiago, and Henderson. Okay. That's just the experience and the press.
I think he's just going to go safe and solid. And then if it's looking good, he might do what he did versus Milan and just say, fuck it, let's just fling people on. Anywhere I do. I think Curtis will get a look in tomorrow, definitely at some point. I think Curtis will get a sub on no matter what. I think he needs to start getting some minutes on the pitch. But anyway, guys, we shall soon see. Annoyingly, it's on Saturday at 3 p.m. So you know what that means. We will have to find a way. And we might have to hear the goal. Which I always enjoy anyway. You know, who needs the English commentators every week? Last comment. One Touch TV evening. Watch out for Vieira's Army. You'll win 4-1 though. There's a lot of 4-1 comments. Does Klopp know his best 11? The whole squad's the best. Yeah. We're signing out One Touch TV. I'm really sorry. Rewatch the show and you will see what we're saying. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. We're going to go and get some rest. Still enjoying this Milan hangover. It's the best feeling ever. And we were out. Thank you, guys.
See you later, guys. Have a good night.
All right.
And you know one thing I do like about him? He'll put his head where other people won't even put their boot.
Yeah. We want people that are going to be competing for that first team spot, not another Shaqiri.
The way that this brother plays football, when we were linked, I didn't want to comment because I didn't want to smile.
Cool.
thing.
Oh, everybody's run away. That was a good little show, actually.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice. And we kept it down to a good time as well. Was anybody else from doing streams? Was the Paxton boys on, or was it just us?
it was just us. I'm not too sure who else is
Okay.
streaming
Just
tonight.
jump back on to see who else is on. All right, Nicholas. Thanks for joining us today anyway.